everybody. I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds, or let's say like 15, 20 seconds to see if we can get anybody on here live. I don't always go live on Mondays inside of the group, but I'm going live every day this week because I'm coming off of a big high. As some of you know, if you follow me on other social platforms or on my business page, that I am officially a pro athlete. This weekend, I won the title in the NPC Universe competition, one of the 7 competitions a year where you can become a pro bodybuilding athlete. I qualified 3 weeks ago with a big win in San Diego, and then I flew out to New York, New Jersey to compete. And so why am I sharing that with you? Well, we put a post or a poll in the group yesterday or today, I believe it was, asking the area of your life that you want to have the most improvement in. And the majority of you selected that you want to have the most improvement in your finances, in your ability to manifest or make more money, and also in success in general. Okay. So as I was flying back and just reflecting on what it took for me to become a pro, what it took for me to accomplish this big goal that honestly, it takes the majority of athletes in this sport many years competing. I was backstage with the girl Shannon, who she and I had done a show together before, and she has been competing consistently at the national level since 2014 or 13. So that is what, 6 years. Okay. I set this goal in January, and it's now seven months later, and I'm a pro athlete. I'm not sharing that to brag. What it made me think of as I was flying back is, what did that take? How come for some of us, we can set the goal and the vision and it can happen like that in seemingly no time? Why did it feel easy, relatively easy for me? I talk all the time about the hard stuff getting easy. Why did that happen for me? What's the difference? And it all comes down to the way that I think about my goal, the way that I think about the obstacles that come up, the way that I manage my mind on a daily basis. Now, it's not just like managing your mind, saying affirmations, like managing your mind and really, really being able to think like a pro versus an amateur. It comes down to some really practical things. And I think that's really important to really land with you guys, because, you know, I talk a lot about the law of attraction. I talk about manifesting, but the truth is, like, without the strength of really managing your mind, you're not going to get these kind of transformational results, these kind of explosive results just by saying affirmations, right? Just by thinking positive. Like, there are really practical things that you have got to do if you want to get the result that you want in your life, right? Whether that's more money or success, like those of you who polled in that poll, the majority of you said you want. So how do you manage your mind, right? Here's the key between getting what you want in a big way, right? Not just a little bit, not just having a little taste of it and then falling flat. Here's the difference. It's, you can't stop. You've got to manage your mind to the point where you don't stop at obstacles. You don't stop at limiting beliefs. You don't stop at, I don't feel like it today. You don't stop at, this might be difficult, or what will people think, right? Like, and when I say that, I don't want you to think like, oh my God, that sounds like so much energy. That sounds like so much aggression. It's not. It's actually, here's what happens. People get overwhelmed because they keep missing the mark. They get overwhelmed because they're not focused. They get overwhelmed because they've got shiny object syndrome, right? So To truly be managing your mind means that you go all the way. You go all the way. You don't keep stopping at whatever comes up. Okay? So I'm not overwhelmed, and I've got a lot going on. Why am I not overwhelmed? Because I consistently hit my goals now, and because I know how to. And one of those ways is just going all the way. If you get a formula that's working, and you've got support, you've got coaches, or you've got accountability, people that help keep you accountable, right? Then when you've got that in line and you just keep going towards whatever it is that you're pursuing, you will hit it if you don't quit. If you don't quit. So many are quitting before you hit your goal. And so that's where the overwhelm comes in. That's where the stress comes in, because you're constantly starting over again. Okay, so how do you manage your mind to go all the way? How do you manage your mind to not lone wolf it? That's a big mistake that some of you are making right now. You're in this group, you're collecting more information, you're in other groups, you're just learning more, and you're sitting behind your computer trying to figure it all out on your own. And I know, because I used to do that. And what happened is that always had me hit a wall. It had me hit a wall in the amount of money I was able to make, in the kind of success I was able to have in my business. It had me hit a wall in my fitness. It had me hit a wall in my relationship. Like, you will hit a wall consistently when you're trying to do things on your own, and you will quit. Those are the two things that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you at a cap in what you can make in your life, what you can make financially, what you can achieve fitness-wise, what you can achieve in your business, right? It's the stopping before going all the way. It's the lone wolfing and trying to do it on your own. It's also not taking action. It's not taking action because you don't know what's going to happen. Listen, if you want to have big success, like the kind of success I'm just talking about, like going pro as an athlete, like building for some of you, maybe just a 6-figure business, but certainly to go to a 7-figure business and beyond, and to have whatever in your life feels exceptional to you, right? To go from here to there, you have got to learn how to be willing to take the next step without knowing the whole picture. You've got to be able to take the next step without knowing the whole picture. That's exactly why I'm hitting the big success points that I'm hitting in my life. It's because I don't wait to have it all figured out before I make a move. So if that's you, if any of those 3 things describe you, where you keep getting distracted by shiny object syndrome, and you're having to start over and over again, right? Because you lose focus and you don't go all the way. You're like halfway, and then you shift and start something else because you're not getting a result yet, right? If that's you, if you know you keep giving up too soon. If number 2, hi Mary, you know that you're lone wolfing it. Like, you literally know. I remember when I got this recognition myself, I was like, oh my God, that's the problem. I'm not getting support. I'm not connecting with people who've already done this. Like, why am I making this harder on myself? Right? You got to ask yourself these important questions, right? Because that's really like you're imprisoning yourself, right? So when I realized that, like, wow, I'm trying to figure this business part out, right? When I think about my new coaching business, 2 years ago, it was like, I realized, whoa, I'm doing this the hard way. So if you know that's you, that you're lone wolfing it, you're trying to figure it out on your own, or like I said, you keep quitting. And then number 3, if you are constantly waiting to know the next step before you take action, if any of those 3 points describe you even a little bit, you're sabotaging your ability to make more money, to be more successful, and to have the life that you want. You are doing that. And I'm not saying that with judgment. I'm saying this to support you in moving to the next step. So if you're listening to this and you're watching the replay, I want you to type in here replay, but I also want you to type what one of those 3 things best describes you. Just be honest. Do you keep quitting? Number 1. Number 2, are you trying to figure everything out on your own because you're afraid to ask for support, or you just think that you're supposed to figure it out on your own? Or number 3, do you keep procrastinating on taking action because you're afraid because you don't know what's next? Let me know which one of those is you, and then be brave. Listen, to get to the next step, you got to be courageous. You got to be courageous enough to just admit what's in the way and then be smart enough to get support. So if you're watching this and you're sick of stalling, you're sick of quitting, you're sick of trying to do it on your own, and you're sick of waiting to take action because you realize your life is happening right now and you could be having these massive results in your life, then let's talk. What are you waiting for? You've been in this group. I've invited you to get on a phone call with me. I'm posting my link in here again. Right now, I've got 2 ways that I can support you. I'm doing these incredible 75 to 90 minute vivid visualization sessions that include some pre-work, some post-work, and truly people are getting tremendous results. I just did one with Tiffany, who's somebody that's in this group, and she sent me a message like the very next morning about how, like, oh my God, I can't believe how much has opened up for me just from that session yesterday. That's what's possible for you. I've got testimonial after testimonial of people getting breakthroughs around where they were blocked and didn't even know it. And now things are moving, right? They're starting to make more money, or something has opened up in their relationship. Their confidence has increased, right? So that's just from a call with me. That's from one session with me. If you are ready to have exponential results and really have some one-on-one time where we can work on whatever it is that you are wanting to create in your life, in your business, in the next level for you, then you may be one of the people that I will personally invite to join me for a VIP day here in Portland, Oregon on August the 9th, I believe it is. And we can talk about that on the call if that is an option for you. I'm only taking 10 people. So my link is there. Thanks for sharing, Mary, stopping before I get the result. So many people do that. I mean, listen, if you're watching this video and you want to stop being that person who keeps stopping before you get your result, if you want to be that person, finally, if you want to look back and finally say, oh my God, I went all the way. This is what it looks like to go all the way. If you want to have that incredible feeling that I had standing on that stage, and this has nothing to do about a sport, it has nothing to do about physique. It's like, it's the same thing. I have that feeling when I hit my numbers in my business. I have that feeling when I'm standing in front of a stage, speaking in front of people. I have that feeling when my business coach reaches out to me and says, hey, can I interview you on Coffee with Shanda because, I'm impressed with what you're doing, or you constantly follow the coaching and you're getting creative results, right? Or you're getting incredible results. It's the same thing. The way we approach one thing is the way that we approach all things. So wherever you're lacking in your life, it's like if you shift your mindset into being a finisher, into being someone who gets supported, into being someone who takes action without having to know what's coming, then that's going to create the result that you want in every area of your life. If you want to have that feeling that I had standing up on that stage, holding that trophy, knowing that, wow, I did what it took to create the result that I wanted, not to just sit behind, by myself in the gym, trying to figure it out on my own. Like, I hired the coach, I followed the coaching. I did everything that was within my power to make this happen, not to just be someone who talks about it. If you want to know what that feels like, and I got to tell you, it feels incredible, because guess what? Every time you hit your goal, you strengthen your mindset around it. You strengthen that ability to go all the way. It just gets easier and easier to set goals and to achieve them every single time you actually do. And guess what? The opposite is also true. Every time you quit before you hit your goal, you also strengthen that muscle. You strengthen the quitting muscle. And you know, that's a decision, and you can make another decision. So if you decide right now watching this that you are ready to hit the next level in your life, click the link that I just put in here, or send me a message, send me a private message, or click the link, book something on my calendar, get on the phone with me. Let's talk about if one of those two options that I mentioned, having that session with me or getting an invitation to come and do a VIP day with me. Let's talk about whether that's the next step that can help you pop. I can guarantee you that wherever you are stuck right now, I can teach you the missing piece for you to get the result that you want.